Hello everybody, it's CraftyRia. Welcome to Monday Night Live. Today is Monday, January 24th, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Let's see, we have Christine, who is a channel member. Thank you for supporting my channel, Christine. That's why she has the really cool sunflower next to her name. Every month that grows, up until a certain point, I think she's reached the maximum growth. It starts as a little sunflower seed and sprouts and turns into a sunflower. And she gets a couple little special emojis that she can use in the chat. Let's see, and we have Lois and Connie and Elka. I think we talked about how to say your name. I hope I'm saying it right, from Germany. And let's see, who else do we have here? Darlene, Jane, Angela, and I think I said hello to everybody. Michelle M. and Jean, welcome in everybody. Philly is in the house, that's right. Let me know how the weather is by you guys. We still have snow on the ground from last weekend. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Not as much. Had a little bit of snow flurries yesterday, but nothing really too bad or too crazy. And there you go. There's Christine's thank you. One of the emojis. I need to check that out and see if there's more I can put in there. And I know I said that last week, and I'm bad. I haven't done it. As many of you know, I'm kind of bad about keeping my promises. Okay, and I know, let's see, I went and I checked the post office box. There's just a couple of things, and I went to Dollar Tree yesterday. Angela, there's trouble. Oh yes, trouble in the house. You're here, Angela. That's right. A few weeks ago, Stream Elements put Angela in timeout. I think it's pretty funny. Okay, and in a way that's a good thing. I'm not, because Stream Elements put Angela in timeout. But one time, I don't know if some of you remember, we did have a spammer in chat who was typing crazy things in all caps. And that's one of the things that Stream Elements would be able to, zap out of chat, since I don't have any human moderators. Well, Todd's a moderator, but he doesn't always listen and watch the chat. It's in the 40s there, Jane. That is crazy. Here it's in like the 20s here in Ohio. So Stream Elements is a program. Michelle asked who Stream Elements was. It is a kind of like a program or a bot that runs alongside in my channel. Every so often you'll see it say things like, hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or, if you like it here, hit the like button, or head on over to my Facebook group. I set it up where every so often it'll say something like that. And then also it'll determine if someone types a bunch of stuff in a row, like that has all caps, or something that maybe a spammer might do. It's pretty cool. And it has some, I guess, commands you would call it. If you type exclamation point and some word, I think it it would do something kind of cool. I'm not sure what all the commands are. I need to work on my stream elements. I watch a lot of musicians on Twitch and they use it, and that's where I got the idea. So it's kind of neat to kind of have it running in the background. It helps out. And then it sends me a stream report at the end and lets me know how many viewers and things like that, which is kind of cool. So I gotten a few things in the mail, a couple of things. I got an awesome Amazon order today. I don't know if you guys remember in a couple of my streams, my chair was making funny noises. Well, Saturday night, my chair kind of went nuts. I see their stream elements. It says, thanks for subscribing to the new subscriber, and thank you. And if you are watching TXMYK, thank you. So that's one of the things that Stream Elements does. It's in blue and it has the little wrench. And so anyway, Saturday evening, it was a little crazy. We were out of caffeinated pop, and I went to make some hot tea in the Keurig. Well, the Keurig wouldn't work. So I had to come in here and Google why my Keurig wasn't working. And when I did it, I sat in my chair and it sunk all the way down, which that's been happening. And I know I've needed to get a new piece for my chair for a while. So anyway, no big deal. Didn't think anything of it. I went right back in the kitchen to try to fix the Keurig because, of course, caffeine is important. And then I came back in here and I pushed the lever to lift my chair all the way up again. And it was like a jack in the box. It went flying off the thing and was very, shaky. So, here I am, no caffeine. The Keurig's not working, so I can't get caffeine. And my chair breaks, all in like 5 minutes. So, oh no. So, not a very happy CraftyRia moment, that's for sure. So Todd took my chair apart and tried to fix it, but it was beyond fixing. So I ordered a new one from Amazon, and it came today. And right before the stream, Todd put it together. It is super nice. It's a really big, fancy chair. My other chair was big and fancy. I've had it, the other one, maybe for 17 years. So I kind of miss my other chair, but this one's nice. The arms do go all the way up, out of the way, in case I want to come in here and play my guitar. I've been playing guitar on my work desk because that chair does that, and my guitar is next to my work desk. So that works out, but at least that way I have the option to play it in here, and the armrests don't get in the way. So it's a super fancy, nice chair. Although if I do have it up all the way, my feet kind of don't touch the floor. But I like to have it high because I like my angle for my craft desk if I'm sitting up higher. So my feet dangle a little bit, but that's okay. Yes, I have a throne, Angela, and it's kind of like a white, like an off-white color. It's really pretty. Let's see. I'm going to catch up on the chat a little bit. Pop Shelf, a new shop called Pop Shelf. It is worth going into for supplies, has been described as being somewhere between the Dollar Tree and Tuesday Morning. Oh, that's really neat, Jane. Is it an in-person store, like a brick and mortar store, or is it online? There is a place online that is really cool called Little Birdie or something like that. They have a lot of $1 embellishments and some stuff even less than $1. I haven't bought anything from there yet, but I'm working on it. Yes, Queen Rhea has a throne. My other chair was really nice. It was like a throne. My other chair was $1,000, not this one, my old one, but I didn't buy it. Somebody bought it for me, because I needed it for work, because the chairs where I worked did not have armrests. So, it was purchased for me, but, it finally bit the dust, unfortunately. But yes, now I do have a throne, and my other chair was kind of falling apart. The armrests, I had socks over them because they were coming apart. There were several things wrong with my other chair, but I really do like this new throne. If I remember, I will post a link to it in the Facebook group. One of the things that I had purchased recently, I don't know if I showed this on here or not, is this new planner. Check out Amazon. Right now they have a lot of these planners for about 50 to 70% off. And this one is one of those weekly ones. It has, the monthly view, and then here are the weekly pages, and I like them because I can write a lot on each day. I like doing that. Very cool little planner, and I like the size of it. It is, I think, 6 by 8.5, so it's not huge, but yet it's big enough, and it's got a nice hardcover, and it has this elastic to hold it closed. I really do like this planner, and I like that it is spiral, so it opens flat. Okay, Jane, it is a brick and mortar store. I don't know that we would get something like that around here. Our stores like that are pretty scarce. I don't have a Tuesday morning, although we do have a Hobby Lobby, and we have a really terrible Joann's. It's about this big, the Joann's, literally. It's so small. It is so crowded. Crowded meaning the aisles are really close together, and it's pretty junky. I can almost never find what I'm looking for in there. I want to like it so bad, but it's not anything fancy. Oh, Pop Shelf is a Dollar General owned store. That is cool. Okay. All right. And their paper is like poster board. Speaking of paper, I have a big order from Echo Park. I don't know when it'll be here, but I ordered from their warehouse sale. And I think at least one thing is not coming because I did get a partial refund. And I don't know what it is that's not coming. I'll have to find out when it gets here. Let me take a sip of my drink. My drink is just plain Diet Cola, nothing exciting. Okay, so I went to Dollar Tree yesterday, and I went to the post office yesterday. I got a few things at Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree that I go to is still $1. It's not $1.25 yet. Like I said, it was still $1. I asked when they are going to $1.25, and she did not know. Rita asks, how do you find out how to use the mat you are working? This black mat? I don't know what your question is. This is it's a self-healing mat. You can use a knife on it, and it doesn't really leave marks. When I cut something small, since I use this mat for filming, if I used this mat just on my desk all the time, I wouldn't worry about it. But since I use it for filming, and I want to try to keep it nice, I try to remember to use one of these little mats to do my cutting on. I don't always remember, and I have cut on this black mat a lot, and you can't really tell, although if I run my finger over it, I can sometimes feel little spots in it, but it's holding up pretty well. I've had it for a while. But when I do a lot of cutting, I try to use one of these little mats whenever possible, just to preserve this because I use it for filming. That's really the only reason. I've spilled glue and paint and all kinds of stuff on here, and it does clean up really well. And I got this on Amazon, and it is 22 by 17 inches. 16, 17, so it's pretty large. And I really wanted it to protect my table underneath, and also just so I kind of have an idea where my camera is. You know, what space I have to work in. If you look at some of my really old videos, you'll see I was just working on my white table. This does a lot better with the camera. Also, having lines and a grid, it gives the camera something to focus on, so then the autofocus isn't like trying to find something to focus on. I tried using a white mat for a while, and that does not work so well with the autofocus. It would always try to find something. My table underneath this mat is actually, it's a workbench. It's an Iron Max, and it's a butcher block. It is super thick, super heavy. It's made for like a garage workbench. But I still want to preserve that tabletop. I like it because I can like hammer on it or do whatever and shake it, and nothing's really going to hurt this table. All right, let me check. I hope I answered your question, Rita. If not, just ask it again in the chat. Oh, okay. So Little Birdie's paper is like cardstock or thicker. Thank you, Rita. I'm glad you found me. Welcome in. I do Monday Night Lives, and I also do other videos. In theory, I really need to get back into the other videos. I have so many things I want to bring to you. Okay, so here is the first thing that I got at Dollar Tree. I saw this. I couldn't resist. It was one of the first things I saw when I walked in, and it is just this owl tree. It has all these gorgeous, sparkly, glittery hearts. I love glitter. I don't think I'm going to do anything special to it except just hang it on the wall because I love it the way it is. It's so pretty. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of YouTube channels where they, you know, will do DIYs and make it into something new. I'm just going to leave it because I love it the way it is. So pretty. But certainly you could do all kinds of things with it if you wanted to. And then, along with Valentine's, I found these table scatter hearts, and they're pink and red. Glittery. I thought they would be great to use on cards, and there's 60 of them, so 60 for $1 is a really good deal. And then next to those they have these felt stickers. There's 100 of them, and they are white, pink, and red felt stickers, which means they're probably self-adhesive on the back. And then I got these over in the craft section. They really didn't have a whole lot of really good craft stickers or craft supplies out, but they have these. I've gotten these before. They have large and small, and they're these round shimmery stickers. They're so much fun. I love the colors. They're great for springtime, and I thought they were a good deal for $1. And I think these still would be a good deal for $1.25. And also these I think would be good for $1.25. I don't think you can go wrong with a lot of the Dollar Tree stuff. I think what you would watch for at the $1.25 are things like cleaning supplies, food supplies, things like that you could get at Walmart for 97 cents. Just kind of watch and see if you think it's worth their $1.25. I think these would be, and I also think this would be worth $1.25 as well. I wasn't sure if they raised their prices when I was shopping. I bought a whole bunch of other things, toiletries and, you know, stuff for the house. I had a couple of gift cards, and I wanted to use them up before they raised their prices. I do like some of their fancy soaps and their lotions, shampoo and conditioner, all those kind of things. They're really, really good to check out. All right. And they also, I've had 2 people send me these mats. My Dollar Tree has never had them. These are from the Dollar Tree. They're from, I think, Greenbrier. Yeah. And these aren't bad. They're pretty thick. I don't think they're self-healing, but for $1, I mean, that's great for a cutting mat if you can find them. I don't know if they even still have them. All right, so here is something I got from Tammy. This is a rack and a random act of kindness. And this is from the group Crafty Girls Swap Hangout. I think they call it the Hangout now. Check on Facebook for that. It's a group of wonderful ladies. We do a lot of swapping and that sort of thing. I've had those stickers before. You know, they didn't have bling there. They didn't have really much. Their craft section was really, really kind of sad. So anyway, this is a random act of kindness from Tammy, and she sent me a bunch of card fronts because she knows I recycle them. Look at how pretty that is. The black and gold. I don't know if it's black or navy blue. I think it is black. And this Jingle All the Way. And this one here, which I am going to set aside because I'm going to use it today. This here, the cats and the books. And this white part, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it is glitter, white glitter paper. Very cool. And it's already raised up, so I don't really have to do a lot to it. That is really cool. I think I recently have gotten one of these in the mail. You're an extra large cup of cheer with whipped cream and sprinkles on top, and the back is candy canes. And this really pretty card with all of these butterflies. And she had sent me, these are just the card fronts. Sister-in-law, there's so much to love about you. This happy birthday card. And the word happy birthday, I don't know if you can tell, but it's gold. And this happy birthday. And we have Santa. I think I have another one of him. And then the horse. I may have another one of this too. This looks familiar. And this was from Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. I really appreciate it. Most of my friends and family know that I love to recycle cards, and they almost always send me their cards. And in the group, whenever we do a wish list, I always ask for Christmas cards to recycle. And it is that time of year, if you guys have taken your Christmas cards down, you know, head on out in the community, ask places if they still have their Christmas cards, and if they'll save them for you. If it's too late for that and they say that they've already taken them down, they've already thrown them away, let them know whenever they get birthday cards or other greeting cards, ask them to save them, because they really are great to craft with. And ask your friends and family to save them for you. A couple videos ago, maybe it was last week, Patricia asked me if I had gotten her Christmas card yet. She's in Canada. And no, I had not, but it was in my box on Sunday. So this is what she sent. It's beautiful. It says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." The background is embossed snowflakes, and then these are die cut. So pretty. And those little stars at the top. Very pretty. And then it says, "Christmas brings out the kid in us all." I love it on the inside. Thank you so much, Patricia. That is absolutely beautiful. And I will put it with the rest of my handmade Christmas cards that from everybody that I save. She also sent in there this little goodie package. And there are some beautiful white tags that she had, I guess, die cut. I'm guessing she die cut. I don't know if they were purchased or die cut, but they're very pretty. I don't have anything of that shape. Very cool. And look at these beautiful doily flowers. They are plastic, like clear acetate. And they're these really neat. Like, they remind me of doilies. Very pretty. Thank you so much, Patricia. I love those. And another thing, what I did this year, I wish I would have thought to do this sooner because I would have saved the envelopes. All of the Christmas cards that I took down, I'm throwing things everywhere. All of the Christmas cards that I took down this year, I put into a bag. Let me grab my bag. I put into this bag all of the handmade ones that I had gotten from my viewers and friends and anybody who handmade cards. I'm going to keep those separate. Obviously, I'll put those in a book like I've been doing. But the store-bought ones, I'm going to recycle. And for example, this one here is from Bear and Melissa. And by the way, Melissa has a YouTube channel, Mellissa. She does a lot of eBay selling, and she wraps her gifts really pretty, all kinds of stuff. Her channel is wonderful. And Bear, her husband, is a musician. But anyway, what I'm going to do is cut out the name of the person who sent the card. And when I recycle the card, I am going to stick the name on the back with some of this painter's tape. And that way, when it comes time to send the cards out for 2022, I think I'm going to send the card back to the original person. I think that would be kind of fun. And if I had thought about it before, I would have saved the envelopes and then saved the return addresses. Uh-oh. Rita got in trouble. I don't know what... I haven't been watching. Uh-oh. Angela, what did you tell Rita to do, Angela? Let me scroll back up here. On your wish, Desta, on your wish list is a doily die. I have a round. I just remembered. I never even thought about that. I don't have a die, but it's a punch, and it makes like round doilies. I think I have a couple of them. They're pretty big. I think they're by Fiskars, and you have to like turn your paper, and I've never really messed with it. I think someone had given them to me a long, long time ago, long before my YouTube channel. So I'm going to have to check that out and figure out how to do it. Oh, okay. That's right, Barb. See, that's what Angela did. I think what Stream Elements watches for that, because it's very common for spammers to type in all caps. And I think Stream Elements watches for that and then deletes it. So Rita, just be sure you turn off your caps lock. And then once your timeout finishes in a couple of minutes, then you can type in whatever it is you wanted to say. It happened to Angela too. Oh, Angela, see, you are a bad influence. You're teaching everyone in my chat how to be bad. They all want to be like you, Angela. Okay. So yeah, when after a little while, Rita, it should let you post again, and just be sure your caps lock is off. So when I got this card from Tammy, I realized I had one also on my wall, and this is from Amy. So I thought I would go ahead and recycle this and use this along with it and show you what you can do when you have two of the same. Julie, I think for me, it depends. As far as using more dies or more punches. I use punches for circles. I have a lot of circle punches. I like it because it's easy. I just pull it off the shelf and use it. I don't have to take out my die cutter. Although the die cutter, you can get so many different shapes and sizes and all kinds of things to use. So I think the die cutter is more versatile. And if you were going to totally invest in something, if you wanted to do a lot of cutting, I would get a die cutter. But as far as if you just need a couple of things, you want a few tags maybe, or circles, scallops, things like that, I would do individual punches. But I think dies have way more versatility, and they're easier to store. They take up less room than punches. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's start with this. That was all the mail and everything that I had received. And all of my Dollar Tree haul. So I'm going to start by just cutting the front of this card off, just on the inside of the fold. And there's nothing on the inside of this. So let me see how this looks on the white. Okay, there's quite a bit of room left, so I think I can mat this. I'm going to trim the edges in a little bit just so it's a little more even on that card. Welcome in, Barb. It's okay that you're late. Nobody's really ever late. It doesn't really matter. I would really be the only one that would get in trouble if I'm late. Okay, there's a good amount of white on all edges of that. Let me grab my paper. I have my pack of, oh boy, am I making a mess. I have my pack of glittery paper. And let me see what I want to put it on. I could do gold. Maybe the not so bright gold. Yes, I think I like this gold better. There is gold on the ornaments, and I think that gold goes pretty good. So let's go ahead and use that. That's okay, Rita. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's just Stream Elements is an automatic program that runs, and it catches things that are anybody who types in all caps, I think, for more than one message in a row. Welcome back. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down to, my card base is just a regular card base. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4. No, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that gives just a little bit of a white background. And then if I put this on here, we have a bunch of the gold showing. Let me grab my punches. I'm not sure which size circle punch I need to use. I have 1 1/2 and 1 1/4. And the 1 1/2, you can still see the outside edge a little bit. The 1 1/4 might be a little bit smaller. I think I'll go ahead with the 1 1/2. And line it up super carefully and punch it out. And I will do all 3 of these. I have to be really careful how I line it up. There we go. And then I will also mat this down on my card. This is my Scotch tape runner that was sent to me by an awesome viewer. Thank you. Let me line this up. Last week I ran out of tape, and I put in some new tape today. So I have a nice new roll in there. It went in super easy. Oh, I meant to punch out some scalloped circles out of the background. I forgot. Okay, so we have these, and what I thought I would do is just simply raise them up. Let me get my stuff. Okay. There we go. I have some of these little circles. Oh no, I have something better. This is what I was looking for. Just some foam tape little pieces. This is also from the Dollar Tree. And this is in the housewares or automotive section at the Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to stick these. I'm going to try to line it up a little bit better. There we go. I'm reading the chat as I'm trying to pull the backing off. Okay. I have my nails on my left hand cut short because I've been playing the guitar and I can't do a thing with them. And then I broke my first fingernail on my right hand yesterday. So I'm really at a loss here. Okay, there we go. So we just have those raised up. Another thing you could do is if you don't have two cards, you can still cut them out and back them on a little bit of pretty background paper and raise them up. But since I had two of the same card, I thought that would be really cool to just pop them up on there. And since there's some snow on the background and I happen to have a ton of stickles, I'll just go ahead and add some stickles to it. I keep my stickles stored in this nail polish case, and they're all upside down. This one here is called Crystal, is one of the white ones that I picked out. Let me see though. There was one that I wanted to try. There was a white one called Lace. Frosted Lace. That's the one I wanted to try. I ordered a whole bunch of these from scrapbook.com, and I thought they would be fun to use. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a dot of the stickles on each one of these white dots. Trying to be careful to keep my hand out of it. I put the link to all of the stickles in my Facebook group, Create with CraftyRia, in case you wanted to go check them out. There we go. I will be careful and set this aside and try not to get my hand in there. And what I will do is for now, I'm just going to stick this centerpiece on the inside of the card, and later on I will stick it to the back of the card so I remember who to send this to next year. Okay, let me set that aside. Try not to make a mess. And I try to keep all my stickles upside down. That way they're easy to squeeze out. All right, let me put my guys back over here. And then I have these here from Patricia, and I thought I wanted to use, I think I want to use one of these on a card. These really pretty doily type things. I did find this piece of scrap paper on my desk earlier, and I think that would be really pretty to use with them. I'm trying to use things that are already on my desk. Maybe I'll use this one, that flower. I think that'll be great. So I have a card base, another regular, a 5.5 by 4.25. Oh, my new fancy chair. I just ran over my microphone. There we go. Sorry if I made a lot of noise there. Okay. So I'm going to just cut this down to size. I'm going to cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's my standard card mat size. That gives me just a really thin border, a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. I'm going to trim off just a sliver off of this long edge to make it even. There we go. And then I have a few things on my desk. See, I think that goes really good on there. All of the circles together. I really like it. I have this white ribbon with circles that I think would go good at the bottom. I also have this. I want to see if I like this any better. No, I think I like the white ribbon better. I like the white ribbon. And then I need an embellishment to put on there. I also have this one red little flower sitting here. Maybe I'll use that. I was going to use those white flowers, but maybe that red one. It's a little tall. And it's tall because of the piece in the middle. Let me get my other flowers out and see what I've got. Meanwhile, let me cut this. My desk is a disaster. This is clean, but the rest of it is a disaster. That's why I decided I would use some things that are on my desk and kind of go from there. Maybe I'll use one of these little flowers on it, although it doesn't really stand out. Let me get my red flowers. See if I have a smaller red flower. That's big. Oh, these are all pretty big. Ooh. Hold on. What about this? No, I don't want it to compete with that. I think I want whatever it is to be pretty small. You know, I always like to have some kind of an embellishment on here. maybe that little guy. What if I put that on top of that? Maybe that would be good. All right, let me start by I'm going to put this down. Let me see. This is this very smooth side. I don't know if these are stickers. I don't think they are. I want to double check though, because if they're stickers, it'll stick super easy. I don't think so. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this. Just kind of around a little bit on the edge here where it's thicker white, so the adhesive doesn't show through. There we go. I do like this ribbon. It is very pretty. It's just white polka dots. I thought would be great since the paper has dots and that is white. Let me try this again over here. There we go. A button might be a good idea. I have buttons close by. I'm looking around on my desk to see if I have anything else to use. I think I went a little too tight with this ribbon. There we go. My paper was curling. I was a little bit aggressive there. There we go. And again, I love that red. Maybe I'll just put that red on there. I do love that flower. I think I'll just do that and let it be easy. See, it took me looking at it a second time to determine that that's what I like. Welcome in, Crop Addict. All right, I have this, these are not really glue dots, they are balloon dots from Amazon, much more inexpensive than glue dots, but they essentially do the same thing. They're made for balloons and making, you know, like those big balloon arches and different things. Okay, I do like the way that flower looks. And I think maybe to put a piece of bling in the center of the flower, the big flower. So let me get my bling. I'm thinking red. And this is my red bling box. Try to be careful and not run over my microphone wire again. I'm sure I have other red bling somewhere, but here is a piece of red bling that I happen to have handy. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. These are so pretty, these flowers, and I can see me doing that with the rest of those flowers, that same type of card idea. Trying to find a place to put my bling box. Okay, there we go. So there we have that card done. Awesome, 2 for 2. And then there was this other card which I thought I would really enjoy recycling. I went through the cards that I took down the other day. This one I thought was super pretty. It's beautiful background on the red glitter, and I don't have to do a whole lot to it at all since it's already on that red glitter. And this green card base goes perfectly with it. This is a 5x7 card base, and I happen to have a whole bunch of 5x7 card bases like that. So let me go ahead and trim this down. Let me see if I have to take any. Yes, I'll have to make it a little thinner from side to side because it is as wide as the card. But I won't need to mat it on anything, which makes it nice. So let me take a little bit off of each side. Not much, I can't take much off of the top. Let me see how much I would have to take off the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right up to that, the flower pot or the base. And I'm gonna have to trim a little bit right off that top. Pretty much as I can off of the top. There we go. I can take a little bit more off of the base since we really don't lose much of the design that way. There we go. I think that's perfect. This card is super glittery. I absolutely love it. And then the inside, I could cut that apart. I'm going to trim off their names because I'm going to try to remember on all of the cards that I make to save the name. And there we go. And just so you know, when you're doing cards, if you need white cardstock to stamp on, save part of the back of your cards. It is excellent, usually excellent cardstock for stamping. And then I'm just going to just stick this down on the card. If you don't have a fancy tape runner, you can use glue stick, or what I like to use is Elmer's Glue All. I'm going to push it from the other side. I don't want to press on the front and maybe rub any of that glitter off. And then I'm going to just add some bling to the front of this. I have this red bling, first of all. I have a little bit of these larger pieces. I know I have more red bling. And I'm just going to put some of these larger ones on these larger red circles. And then these snowflakes have really tiny red pieces in the center. So I'm just going to stick some of this red bling in the center. It's hard to do it with my nails now. I have to use my thumb. And I need one more piece for that one. And then I'll get some gold bling for the others. That is kind of a very yellowy gold. That's a little lighter. I will use this yellowy gold on these. And then these other ones are green. So let me get my green. Oh no. I am all tangled up. Okay. Hang on, you guys. I knew I would get tangled up in my chair. See what happens when I get a new chair? I am all tangled up. All right. I think I'm okay now. I'm still tangled, but I'll be okay. This is the color I wanted, this really light, pretty green. I really want to get a desk-mounted microphone. We'll see how that works. It's on my wish list. I just haven't bitten the bullet and ordered it yet. Since I'm always having trouble with my cord. And then a clear one up on the top. Oh no, how long has that been like that? Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, hang on. Boy, I'm having a mess today. All right. I wonder how long that's been like that. Don't tell me if it's been a long time. It'll make me feel bad. Okay. And this clear one I'm just putting in the center of the top There we go. I should look up at my camera more often. All right, so here we go. We have just a bunch of really pretty bling on there with the gorgeous red background. Fun. That was a lot of fun. And then I have this sentiment here, and I will put it on the inside of the card. Okay, good. It just happened. Thank you, Angela. You made me feel better. And I have this piece of construction paper. Okay, thank you. Just a couple of seconds. I must have bumped my camera stand. If you guys would see my setup, you would really laugh. I'm just going to mount this on here. Okay, when I went to get the clear bling. All right, I must have bumped it with my foot because I was trying to be super careful to not get myself tangled up even more. My camera is set up on a microphone boom, the kind that a drummer uses. I don't know if you've ever seen a drummer. They have a boom that's like shaped like an upside down L, and that's what my camera is on, so it can face straight down on my desk. And if I hit it with my foot, then it moves the camera out of the way. And I have a couple of new lights that I've gotten recently that are on arms over my desk, and studio lights. And then I do want to get a nice microphone on an arm that'll be kind of over my head. It'll be like next to my camera, sort of, but a more professional microphone. I'm using a lapel mic now, and I have it up on my glasses. There we go. And then, where did I put my painter's tape? There's my painter's tape. And the reason I have my lapel mic on my glasses is because I'm always looking down onto my work surface, and it would, pick up my voice more and less when I moved my head. So it's better to keep it in a steady spot. So anyway, here we go. We have that. And then I have that on the back, so I know who to send it to when the time comes. All right, let me get a drink. Better than Hallmark, thank you. And then eclectic, welcome in, eclectic lady. I'm glad to have you here. Here's another one that would be pretty easy to make. This is the one from Bear and Melissa. And I think that would be really cool on this blue background. Pretty similar to what I've done with the others. Nothing too fancy. But I'll go ahead and cut the front of this off. Let's see. I don't think I need to take any more from left to right. I can take some off the bottom since there's a lot of white space, literally a lot of white space. There we go. I think that will be good. Oh yeah, Susan, I'm doing that because I think I'm going to try sending the cards back to the same people next year. I've always said I was going to do that, and I just never have. I think that would be kind of fun. And that would be really good, especially for the people, you know, who really, oh, stickles in the windows, good idea. You know, people who are very, what do I want to say, particular about picking out their Christmas cards. All right, so this one will be super easy. I'm just going to adhere this down. I'm not going to mat it. But I also think I see some bling on this Christmas tree and stickles in some of those windows, the windows that are colorful, I think. And I'll put clear stickles over those colorful windows. I think that will be great. So I think I want to put the sentiment on the inside first. Let me grab some blue paper. I will mat this on there. Oh, I think it'll go good in that direction. And this is another Hallmark card. Angela says her dad and uncle sent the same birthday card back and forth every year. I think my brother started doing it too. That is funny. But yes, you're right. That is sad when that doesn't happen anymore. You kind of miss those family shenanigans sometimes. All right. So we have that on the inside, and before I put stickles on it, I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I think I'm just gonna stick this over on the inside. That way it won't, less chance of it coming off. I think if I put it on the back, it might come off. There we go. So I think what I'll start doing is put some bling on the tree where the garland is. Let me see. I have this clear. This one is a little smaller. I'm dropping my bling on the floor. And I think I'll just put some of this right over that garland. One of my favorite things to do. I love to add garland to Christmas trees, as you've probably seen me do many times. Alrighty. And we'll put this kind of down here, just following their same lines. I think that looks super pretty. Oh, this is going to be the perfect size right there. Super. There we go. I have a couple little single pieces here. It's hard to do it kind of behind the ladder, and it wouldn't really stand out very much anyway if the ladder was really there, so I'm not going to put it behind the ladder, but there you kind of get the idea. And I think what I can do is see all of the windows that have color behind them. I'll add some clear stickles to those. The color will shine through when it dries, but it'll really make it look like the lights are on in those windows. Let me see. I think I will use this here, this crystal. It is one of my favorite ones. Welcome in, Shannon. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit just right over the colorful windows. And maybe just randomly some of the white ones. But especially all of the ones that have color. And that way it'll look like the lights are on really inside. And again, I'll just randomly put it over a couple of the clear ones as well. So if you don't have a lot of stickles and you only want to buy one color, buy one of the clear ones and you could put it over any color, and it'll make the color stand out for sure. And I'll kind of give you an idea of, it's harder to see because they're still wet, but when they dry, it'll still be very sparkly. And like I said, you could see all of the color shining right through. Super pretty. All right, I will carefully set that aside so I don't stick my finger into the stickles. I have another one that I definitely wanted to do. This here, this beautiful pink flamingo, and it says Fun, Festive, Fabulous, and this is from Todd's parents. Todd's mom really likes flamingos, so it would be super fitting for me to send this card right back to her. Let me give this a trim. This one is super fun. Love it. He or she has a pretty wreath and a Santa hat. And the feather, so not a lot has to be done to this. It is already pretty well done up. I'm going to trim it down pretty close to the flamingo. Because I want to use some pink glitter paper, I think, behind it. And I want that pink glitter paper to really stand out. So I'm going to give this kind of a good trim there. Let's see how this looks here. Take a little bit more off the bottom. Okay, that gives a lot of white space around it. And this one here, I probably don't even need to save their name because I'll remember who it's from. I love the flamingo too. It's pretty awesome. And what I think I will do next year, and what I wish I had thought to do this past year, is save the envelopes and cut out the return addresses and save them as well. That way I would have them handy and they would, it would be really quick and easy to address the envelopes. Okay, let me grab my paper. Oh, there I go again. I keep messing my camera up. Okay. There we go. I have to be careful. This new chair is causing me trouble. Let me see what I have here. This, I think it's going to be too purple. Absolutely too purple. I think I have pink, but it might be too light. No, yeah, that doesn't go at all. There's this green. Oh, maybe that green goes really good with the wreath around his neck. All right, let me put that there and let me decide if that is what I want. I think that is going to be the best because I don't think I have another pink or another color. I was hoping to have more of a fuchsia pink. Oh, I do, kind of. I don't know if I like the pink or the green. All right, you guys, tell me in the comments if you like the pink or the green. Those are really the only two that are even close. You're right. That's what I was thinking of, saving the envelopes. Next year I will do that. And that way. And what's great sometimes if they, like, for example, when Shannon sends me mail, her return address labels are really big. And that would be really great. I would just have to cut it out and tape it on the envelope. The ultimate in being lazy and addressing envelopes. So we have the green. Yeah, I'm thinking the green because the pink, it may look like it matches on camera, but in real life, the pink does not match. Really. In real life, it is quite a different color. The camera is very deceptive. When I look up at it in the camera, it looks like it matches, but in real life, it clashes. So I think I'll just go with this green. I think that green is going to be great. The green matches almost perfectly. All right, let me go ahead and trim this out. I'm going to trim this to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, which is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card base. I happen to have that little piece left over as well. So since it's 1/8 of an inch smaller, this is not the right size card base. Hold on. I don't think, unless I really, nope, this card base is not the right size. It's too small. Not that there's anything wrong with it being too small. However, let me grab my other card bases here. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. That is much better. I don't know if you guys can hear Jonah and Crichton. They're gonna fight. Crichton's gonna make lots of noise here in a minute. Probably. Crichton is crazy. I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. Let me see. I don't know why, but my card base is a little small, I think. There we go. That is great. There we go. All right, I think that is good. Let me get my stuff together here. And I really don't have to do anything else to this card at all, since it's already raised up. And it has a feather on it, and it has glitter. The only thing is, I cut this out for that other card base, which was more narrow. However, let me get my bling. I'm going to try not to move my camera out of the way. Let me get my pink bling and see if I have any that would work down the side. I have a super light pink. I also have that pink, and I have a dark pink that's too purpley, that won't go, and this wider pink. I like the wider better than the narrow. So I have to decide if I want a strip of that, maybe just a piece of this, thick. I think that would be perfect. All right. See, bling. We thought of bling. When in doubt, add the bling. And when I cut this card out, I cut it out too narrow because I was using that incorrect card base. Let me trim this. Oh no, let me try this again here. Okay. There we go. All right, there, I like that a lot. And I like it down this side since the flamingo is facing it. I just think that is quite cool. I like that a lot. And then, where did I put my centerpiece, my middle? And then I think I will just mat this on this green, since I happen to have it handy. And it'll bring some pretty bling on the inside of the card. All right, let me get this out of my way. My desk is getting messy, you guys. Messier. I'll try to put that away in here. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. I'm glad you are there watching. I hope you enjoy it and will watch also when you're not visiting with Lois. All right. I kind of like how this came out. It's not really how I envisioned it, but I do like the way it came out. All right, excellent. Love it. And let's see, let's make one more. Let's see, I have this one. Let's do that one. Here is another one that would be on the 5x7 card, and I'm not going to mat it on anything because it'll make the card pretty heavy. Plus the card already has, you know, a color on the back. Now, of course, not all cards are really suitable for recycling, so you can't always give everybody back a card. And then some people may not be on your Christmas list next year, so you wouldn't send them a card back. But it just depends on who's on your list and what cards you have. And that would determine who you would send cards to next year. And this card, for example, was from the cruise group that I'm in. And if they're not on the Christmas exchange next year, I would just send this card to somebody else. No big deal. Whether or not they're in the cruise group, I don't think it matters. There, so I cut that out. We have a Carnival cruise. Christmas card exchange every year from one of the groups that I belong to. It's quite fun. Usually send out about 100 cards, although each year their list is getting smaller and smaller, obviously, because people do drop out. So I'm just going to stick this down on here. And then I have to decide how I want to decorate the front. I think I have an idea. Is it Hallmark again? It is Hallmark. There are a bunch of Hallmarks. I didn't plan it that way, I promise. It's kind of an accident, a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. I think I will use this to mat the sentiment on. It is a Hallmark. That is funny. There are times where I used to write better than Hallmark on the back. All right. Okay, so the inside is ready, and let me stick this on the inside as well. Yeah, I think that's a good idea to stick it on the inside. That way it won't fall off. I think I'm going to do some bling on these H's. That might be fun. So let me see. I have this one here, which is clear. Maybe I'll put red on that one. Clear on that one. I don't know if you guys can hear Creighton. He is, oh, here's this clear one. He is crazy, you guys. All right. Because I cared enough to hand make it. That's good. There are, I think, some rubber stamps that you can get that say stuff like that, something like that. Oh, that's perfect. And put a couple, there we go. And then I think I will put red down this one and gold on that one. Okay, I'm going to try not to mess my camera up here. I have red and gold. Okay. And let's get the red. Do I have skinny red? I hope this is red. Yes. Okay, good. That's perfect. I was almost afraid that I didn't have skinny red. I need to order more from Amazon of the thin stuff. Uh-oh, that one wasn't long enough. That's okay. We can fix it. And just put a couple pieces right at the end, right there. Okay, excellent. I think that's pretty cool. I like the way that came out. I hope you guys like that too. And I'm sure whoever gets this card will like it as well. And I think what I will do is use some of these stickles and put some in the center of each of these snowflakes. I happen to have this one on my desk. This is the crystal. The crystal might be my favorite as far as the clear stickles is concerned. I think I will put some on Santa's hat here, maybe a little bit on Santa there. And I will put some, even though it's clear, I'm going to put it across the red on the snowman's hat and a little bit maybe on his cheeks. And probably on these little red dots, just to add something to the center one here. The gold dots are already metallic. And a little bit on his collar there. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, I like the way that came out. Of course, the stickles don't really show up on camera as much as they do in person, but they are really, really pretty in person. I like it. So we have that one. I want to be careful not to get stickles stuck anywhere. And then this one here, and these stickles have dried a little bit. And I sat this card down right on another card with the stickles because I'm crazy like that. But that's okay. You can't really tell. It just flattened them down on the windows and it still looks okay. It just got on a couple little pieces there. So then we have that one. And actually, I think I want to do something. I want to add something to this one here. With the stickles, I want to color in this snowdrift in the back. Just kind of around this hill a little bit. There. I'm going to put a little bit at the base of each tree. And then a little bit at the base of this Christmas tree. Just to make it look like they're standing in the snow. All right, and let me know in the comments whether you're watching it live or you're watching the rerun. Let me know which card is your favorite. We have the city tree. We have the And I almost stuck my hand right in that glitter. The ho ho ho. This we have two ho ho hos. We have the ornament ho ho ho. We have, we'll call this one here the Santa ho ho ho. Too many ways to describe it. We have the glitter tree. And I felt that on the back and I thought, oh no, I've stuck my cards together, but I didn't. That's on there on purpose. We have the glitter tree. And we have, we'll call this one the flower card. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards today, 6 cards. The flamingo. So for sure, let me know in the comments which card is your favorite. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me see if I can get them in frame, at least most of them in frame. There we go. All right. That's pretty close to getting them all in frame. I have to be really careful about these stickles because I will make a mess. As you can tell, I've already done it. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't yet clicked the thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate it if you did. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed tonight. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please click on that subscription button down at the bottom and you'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video, depending on what you click on when you click on the bell. Thank you, Kathy, for watching over at Lois's house. I really appreciate it. I do love that flamingo. That is pretty darn cool. Love the way it came out. I love all of them. I love all the glitter, too. I think I like this one and the flamingo the best. And thank you again for all of your input. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.